We want to make sure we're beating the competition. So often we're focused on beating our own colleagues. So often how am I performing in Des Moines versus someone in San Antonio or versus someone in Richmond, Virginia? That is so wrong. I mean, those are good benchmarks, and we should use them because it helps level set as we look at our performance. But that's not our mission. That's not what most of the people I meet are not passionate about beating someone 2 zip codes away, or that's just not it. Instead, we want to beat the competition. Actually, I want to beat the disease, and I want to do so better than my competition. And so those same advantages in those 5 zip codes in Texas are the same advantages that our competition has. And so he put his mind on, I'm not worried about how well I'm doing versus my colleagues. I want you guys to help me. I want to help you. How do we make sure that we are best situated to beat the competition here in these 5 zip codes? So it's taking that situation that, man, they could have really gone in the wrong direction and channeling it in a positive way.
Oh, man, the plan of the land. What's up, podcast family? I'm Joe Lemon. Thank you so much for tuning back into the podcast. And, man, that was Doxie Jordan. Hopefully you guys had a chance to listen to the full episode with me and Doxie. If you haven't, do yourself a favor. Go back to the Real Value Exchange. Listen to the full 45-minute conversation. He's a phenomenal healthcare sales and marketing leader. And, it makes me think about a lot of why I even started this podcast in the first place. And it really lied in the roots of the fact that I was trying to, achieve my sales excellence. And, I really was getting into a place where I want to align myself with what's best for people and not just what's best for me. And I think that everyone in sales should be doing that for their industry, right? Whatever you're selling, whether it's commodity or whether it's something that's an elite service, whatever you're putting out there or trying to push into the marketplace, I think we always have to think bigger than ourselves. And I love that piece of the actual conversation because it started with the whole topic around, he was doing this presentation about whether it's the man, the land, or the plan. And so talking about sales strategy is like, what was the right strategy to help develop certain territories? I do this a lot with me and my team and my independent guys that I work with. And, sometimes we get into this place of being competitive with one another, I should say. And there's nothing wrong with a little bit of healthy competition. But it's like anything else in sports, right? You want to gel as a team. You don't want to just compete with one another for the number one spot. And that's okay. That's one aspect. And that's, I would say, some of the lower levels of thinking about how to go about, becoming excellent at your craft. And as you level up, you want to try to defeat the competition. You think the competition, or you have hopefully one of the best products that you're representing in the marketplace, and you want to figure out how to beat those guys in the territory. You want to figure out how to overcome that. But I got to tell you, one things that I've noticed over this past year as I really leveled up my sales, and I've done the most business I've done since I've been doing B2B sales, and I've worked with more and more people. I've collaborated on more things than ever. So it's not just about me; it's about the team succeeding. And when I think about what I'm trying to defeat, is really I'm trying to help people move better, because I think movement just adds to life. And when I think about why I started the Real Value Exchange, it's about relationships. I think the relationships are the realest and the most purest thing that we can experience here on this planet. And the relationships that we develop and the moments that we share with people, that's the real value. Products come, services come and go. Products go through the whole life cycle, I should say. And there's something that's greater or better that's going to come out later. And that's fine and dandy. There'll be, I feel like I have a phenomenal product that I'm representing right now. I think it's the best in the marketplace, but there's other good ones too. And I don't talk down about other products or people that are offering different things out there, but it's the overall mission of why was this product even invented? What are we trying to help the patients achieve? And that's me at my best. And I think when I see other people at their best, that's what they're doing. They're trying to help people just become better, whether it's involved with them or not. And so, I love the fact that he brought that into it, because Doxie Jordan, he's a phenomenal sales leader. As you guys can tell, if you listen to the full episode, should do that on the Real Value Exchange. Stop wasting time. Go back and listen to that right now. And if you already heard it, you already know. Then, this whole Real Value Exchange movement that I'm working on and hacking away at, I've pivoted away from just talking about sales and marketing tactics, and I've moved more into community. I've moved more into the fact that I want to work and partner and collaborate on different things with different people. And I see this space as a great opportunity for people to own their content, to choose how they want to monetize their content. It's one of the beauties of podcasting is that, you know, you control it. It's not on any one platform. It's a very fragmented space still. So, you know, you put it on the hosting site and you control the hosting. It's like putting it on your website. So you control the content that comes on your website. So the traffic that comes through that, you can, you know, dictate how you want to, you know, work with that community or work with your audience, and whether you choose to monetize it or whether you just choose to use it so you can get your message out. Either way works, but it's up to you. And it's the freedom that comes with that is the part that I'm really starting to love, and what it can do for people to help, you know, magnify or amplify whatever they care about most. So for me, you know, it's one of the reasons why I'm in sales is obviously because I got a love for people. I got a heart for just seeing people thrive and succeed. It's why I was into training for so long. You know, it's why I love the whole healthcare space, because if you don't have your health, man, the rest goes out the window, right? And so I wanted to kind of share that quick thing, that quick clip with you, I should say, from Doxie Jordan. It's a great interview. You guys should go back and listen to it on the Real Value Exchange. But I got more heat coming. And so if you're interested in being on the show, go to the realvalue.exchange. If you're a podcaster, you should definitely go there. That's the realvalue.exchange, because I'm looking to collaborate with other podcasters, and there's some things that are in the works that I would love to keep my podcasting community tight and try to grow and help everybody else. If you want to get into the space, you should definitely do it. There's so many ways for it to happen that are super low entry. When I first found out about podcasts when I was back in school at Kennesaw State, you know, they made us do a podcasting project and upload it on Apple Pages. This is before iTunes was even a real thing. And I did my first podcast, and, you know, I did it into the group. It was a marketing assignment project or something like that. But nevertheless, I mean, it was so much more complicated back then. Now you literally can go to Anchor for free, or you can, you know, minimally spend $5, $10, max $20 a month on hosting and get your podcast up and running. So if you have any questions about that, I always love to help out. Of course, I have a podcasting agency, so we can do that for you. But honestly, if you just want the quick and dirty of how you choose the right equipment, or if you're just looking for different ideas around how to get your podcast art up, you know, please reach out to me. I'm at Joe Alex Lemon on all the major platforms. LinkedIn's my favorite though. But I do TikTok, I do Instagram, I do all of them. So I would love to connect with other people that are interested in joining into the space and being a part of having their control over their own content. That's kind of what I view the audio world as. And I got a lot of theories about where it's going, because if you notice, there's a counterculture movement that always happens. Like, so for right now, we've been glued to our screens. We love Instagram, we love YouTube, and I can almost believe that we're going through this screen fatigue. At least I am. And so I view the podcasting world as a time for us to peel our faces off the screen for a little bit and just listen. And there's something that's interesting and contagious that happens when you just can hear someone speak and you can tell if they're telling the truth or not. And talking about telling the truth, I had a really cool experience. It's me going on my rant, about to wrap up. But I had a great time, and I was in Denver and I had a chance to run past this really cool physical therapy clinic, and we got to talking about business, and of course I was showing off the actual pizza wave, so we were talking about that, and but you know, we got to talk about business, and we talked about selling, and we were saying how a lot of therapists don't like to sell, people in healthcare don't like to sell, and most people don't like to sell because selling has this connotation that you know, that's something that you're persuading or tricking people as if you're a shyster doing something negative, you know. But if you're honest and you understand the importance of selling, it's just speaking your truth. Like, you should only sell things that you believe in. Like, you shouldn't go around evangelizing products or services that you don't believe work. That is lying. You know, but if you're speaking your truth, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. That will never, I mean, no, I don't have to agree with your truth. That's the flip side of it. But speaking your truth is always the best thing. So, you know, either way, I want to give a big shout out to the guys at Rebound Sports Physical Therapy. They were great up there in the Loveland area. Had a good time with them. So with that said, guys, I'm going to wrap up, but stay tuned for more and more episodes of the Real Value Exchange. Please go check out some of my other content as well. Got the Joe Lemon podcast, the Sales Culture podcast, if you are in that sales space. And I got to tell you, I'm talking a lot about how dangerous podcasting is for people that are in growing their business. Whether you're a marketing leader or a sales leader, people underestimate the level or the depth of the relationships that you can manifest just through having conversations and having someone on your podcast and amplifying them and just being curious about people, getting back to the human state, right? Man, I love it. So anyway, check out some other content I have out there on those platforms. Until next time, you guys be phenomenal.